Ironheart will be a series for Disney Plus about genius inventor Riri Williams, who has the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man's. Dominique Thorne will play the title role. And as we like to do, both Secret Invasion and Ironheart will tie directly to MCU feature films.
5 years later.
Here we go, okay.
Just to let you know, your girl finna be bigger than John.
Right.
Damn.
Bigger than Gates.
Right.
Bigger than Pym.
Right.
Bigger than Stark.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Yeah, come on.
Spit that shit out, man!
Let's have some blind. You know, no matter how hard you try and like something, it's just not going to work out. You're always going to be met with disappointment. Disappointment is going to go hand in hand with everything with the MCU. Recent TV shows, to even some of the movies that we knew were going to flop, to the political undertones. And let's face it, that just hasn't been good. But we all knew that Ironheart was going to be the savior of the MCU, right? All right, so let's get this over with so I can slip into something more comfortable. Like a fucking coma. All right. I just did actually want to thank all of you for helping me cross 500 subscribers. That's pretty freaking awesome. You know, it's not easy when I'm burning down here for all eternity. You guys are actually pretty freaking cool. I love this. This little community we got burning down here. You guys are awesome. Many more to go, many more things to come. I just wanted to thank you all. I appreciate that from the bottom of my blackened little heart.
It makes me happy.
So from here on out, we're not going to call her Riri Williams. We're going to call her Shariri Williams. Because as RDJ once famously said, you never go full retard, and full retard they win. So let's start off with the plot. So Shariri Williams here has her best friend, who's going to be no longer with us due to a drive-by shooting, along with her dad. Take that, stereotypes. Is going to be going and attending MIT on pretty much a full ride and a full scholarship, but only finds out that she's going to be kicked out after screwing up an experiment that gets one of her professors horribly injured. So what does Shariri Williams do after she gets kicked out of MIT? She steals everything and flies away. You arrogant little shit. It's not only that you decided that you were able to go to one of the most prestigious schools on this planet, get a free ride, cheap by helping other students, only to realize that you wanted more equipment, more testing, more funding, more lab work because Tony Stark is the only one who could succeed on this, but he was the only one because he had money and resources. He was the only way that he could do this.
What the fuck?
I think we're going to see a starting trend here in how we know that this show's going to go at this point. But, well, since the rest of the characters you're going to understand are egotistical, maniacal, only stand that they have some stupid legacies, only to be completely race-swapped, gender-swapped, and only have a few, well, we'll say a few issues to say the least. But that's going to be the left for Shariri Williams here. Speaking of Shariri Williams, I'd just like to kind of point out here, Disney, that, you know, you're not doing a lot of good things here for the whole stereotypes. Not that she stole a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment, was trying to help people steal, lie, and cheat, and inevitably goes on to be a complete sociopath of a bunch of people that, you know, murdered another one. But, hey, you know, no stereotypes here, right? But let's face it, when it comes to stereotypes, and Disney Plus is already so familiar with them, sit down and pop a squat next to me and allow me to spin you a tale of your homework. All you have to do, according to Disney Plus, is just watch Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Doctor Strange Mom, Black Panther, Black Tender Piece of Shit Forever, and What If. See? It's not all bad, right? Do your homework and you will be fine, my dear sinners. Speaking of fine, Shariri Williams finally gets back to her hometown of Chicago, and decides to clone her best friend who was killed in the drive-by shooting and make her new AI. See, Jarvis, you too have been downgraded, but don't worry, it's gonna get much better from here, I promise.
You sure about that?
But it's okay after she meets a rusty band of pirates to get her money and resources, and as well, okay. Yeah, so there's this little Chadwick looking one here. Hey, it's still June. It's fine.
Hold the fuck up!
But because she needs some more resources, she's able to Google find some local arms dealers and is able to locate Alden Ehrenreich, the only straight white male in this show who's ironically also a giant pussy. But that's for you all to decide. I'm not wrong, though. Anywho, That's going to lead us to the leader of these Rusty Band of Pirates, Parker. Parker's going to be able to get hold of Shariri here and use her abilities to try to give her some money, help her out with her technology, but only before she's going to start having second opinions and question his true intentions, as well as that magical cape he has. But I guess the question all comes down to this now is, who the fuck cares? Who cares where this is going to go? It's not going to go anywhere. We are not going to see Shariri Williams here in the MCU after this show. Let me know in the comment section below if you think we truly are. I would love to know what you think. So now I have a few questions about this. So Alden Ehrenreich's father is da-da-da-da. Yeah. Wow. It's almost like the plot lines write themselves at this point, truly. He didn't want to tell Shariri Williams because he wanted to be not like his father, except the fact that he decided to become a international arms dealer anyways. Right. Yeah, anyhow, can we just take a moment to acknowledge how stupid that was a plot line to put in from a movie that was almost 20 years old? No matter how good Iron Man was, that Obadiah Stane's been fucking, okay, that's great. I mean, obviously he got down, he has a son. Did he have sex when he looked like this, or when he looked like this? I mean, good for him, but this is fucking pointless. But speaking of pointless, it's not like the MCU is going to try and hide anything else in this show. I mean, come on, this is Ironheart. This is going to be the savior of the MCU. I'm sure there's going to be no other messaging in here at all.
Sup, I'm Trevor, MIT's teaching robot and virtual operational resource, and your very own AI assistant. Our AI assistant.
What the fuck?
If this isn't enough reason why the MCU is already dead, they had tried to reshoot this thing over and over again, and it just didn't work. That's why MCU and Disney has been sitting on this thing for years now. They have tried, and now with everything that we're hearing, she's going to have magic. Well, it's one thing that my grandfather always used to tell me. There's one way to deal with that.
Blackout magic!
Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of Shariri Williams' Ironheart episodes 1 through 3? If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I thank you all for watching. And, as always, until we meet again.
Blackout magic!
I also think that Marvel is on this journey now of they're trying a bunch of other stuff, and I'm excited for them to see how all that goes, and it's hard to project.
I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm kind of one of Madripoor's most wanted. Toot toot.
Shut up, bitch!
Let's have some Bible.
You know, if it wasn't the end is near, it's the end is here, and the end has already came and passed. Ironheart has already debuted and dumped all 6 episodes within 1 week. And, well, I know how much everyone decided to comment on my last Ironheart video, and I'm looking forward to enjoying you all in the comment section again.
Hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch. I'll cut your throat, I'll come to your house and kill your children.
So let's drop your socks, grab your cocks, and let Mr. Sinister take you on a tale of death by DEI from Ironheart, the final abortion of the MCU.
Boring. We already knew that.
Well, if you didn't think it was going to be hard enough for Shariri Williams here, after she decided to let a bunch of people die back at the plant and even kill John, she's going to be left with Cuck Solo and have to deal with all of her consequences now. Like dancing for a bunch of money. Even though she thinks she's on a much better path right now of righteousness, yeah, I'm clearly telling she's doing a much better job. Good job there, Sugarfoot. But speaking of Sugarfoot, we're going to let you know what happened to Cuck Solo in a brief minute. I'm just going to get right to the point. This show is just complete ass. This show was written by people who don't drive to work but have to be dropped off. You know what I mean? Those kind of people. They are the same kind of people that open their sandwiches with a bag of safety scissors. These people are the ones that thought that this was going to be something to release, which clearly makes sense why they released it within 1 week. Oh, wow. It's almost like Marvel knew they had a complete bomb on their hands in the first place.
Yes, yes.
Hey, but we all remember Cuckboy Solo, which, in case anyone forgot, Solo did lose money. And ironically, for some reason, he doesn't want to talk to Shariri. But speaking of Shariri, we finally get one of the most heartfelt lines from Cuck Solo that honestly puts her in her place and is honestly needed for her to hear.
Just
selfish kid. You lie, you cheat. You'll do anything you can to save yourself, even if that means hurting other people in the process.
But now, so that the rest of the writing can happen and that Sheree Williams can finally be able to analyze that cloak that she cut off where she did nothing wrong in that little facility. Anyone remember that? She decides to take it to a group of wizards because that's what the writers told her to do. But since the writing is almost complete, let's check a few more boxes, shall we? Once she finds out that she takes it to her little friend, oh my god, what in the actual... But hey, why would you check one box when you can check multiple at once? See, you two kids can learn all of this stuff together. But once she's able to understand that this is coming from the world of Doctor Strange, you know those movies that you had to see and do your own homework? That's where this is going to be coming from. But now we all can see how we feel about Sheree Williams here.
Ree? Good?
No! No, I'm not.
No, you're not a good person. So now in episode 5, we have Belma and Sheree Williams decide to go to the sponsors episode of White Castle to have a conversation about how Doctor Strange is supposed to take over and be involved in this show. But we just know it's not going to happen. Only to have the they-them Titans decide to show up and interrupt your meal, but it's like they don't even understand and can't even look around at what's going on here. But I guess that's because no one cares. Oh god, this needs some music. DJ, help me out.
I want to be ninja.
So I think you all get the point that I'm making here. But only does Trash Bag Lady show up after they pulled a gun on her that she had on them the entire time. So you're just going to try punching people and trying to kill somebody but not use the gun when you have it readily available? It's almost like the writers just love doing this stuff now, don't they? Even though her armor is thick, it's not going to be as thick as her plot armor, even because the they-them in this vehicle does somehow find a way to survive. Just like her suit still finds a way to hook up onto her just outside of the vehicle. But even though they're able to walk away just fine, they-them is like, no, I've had enough of this. I'm out of here. Now, I know I can go pretty hard on some shows, but honestly, I have to give Ironheart some praise right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What did he say?
Are you the devil?
Maybe.
Yup!
So Sheree actually decides to use her AI for the betterment of her own family and not herself for once. She takes her mother to Gary's shop and plays them a lasting video of memories of what Gary was with her and his daughter. It meant the world to her mother. And honestly, it was one of the best scenes that Ironheart has ever done. And for that, I say well done. This scene showed a lot of depth, a lot of heart, and even had some of the best acting out of Sheree and even her mother here to bring back the memories that she lost of her long-lost lover. This was great. And honestly, it's probably one of the best moments and the only best moments in this show. And now back to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
Hey, black people.
So now what does Parker do? Decide to get Cuxella because Cuxella wasn't aware that the AI that he put in him was going to be still controlled by him. I guess he didn't think that part through, I guess. But he decides to go back to the flashback house, and where does it leave us? All with our favorite father of the year. Yeah, it's Parker's father. The man, the myth, the mole himself.
The only way to even get you to pay attention to me was if I was in trouble. What you expect?
I didn't want you, so I thought it would be better for both of us to cut our losses and move on. Nothing personal.
I mean, I take it pretty personal if my son was coming up to my house with dual-wielding pistols. Yeah.
Someone had some daddy issues.
Let me know in the comment section below, what have you thought about Ironheart thus far? And now that this illustrious week is over, yes, the finale.
How you say, how do you do?
What's up with it?
What's that with it?
Yeah.
Now, I had to watch the finale of Ironheart twice just to get my thoughts in order, because this is the episode where most people have been all wanting to know why and where Mephisto was going to be. And yes, Mephisto is in this finale, despite what a lot of people would have thought. And honestly, I was always unsure about the casting. You honestly thought the guy that Borat was going to be Mephisto? Yeah, this guy nailed it, and I was very impressed. What would be more impressive than seeing Mephisto come up in the worst show possible? Having some shills. And for that, I need a little help from the shill master himself, Grizzy. Please don't give me a copyright claim for this. Link in description for his page. Check it out.
Mephisto
is confirmed! Vindication!
Shut up, Disney. This is gonna be your fault. No vindication for you. But back to the episode.
You can call me Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Hello.
Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto, I was always unsure about, but let's face it, him being in Parker's nuts the entire time, always telling him what to do, was great. But speaking of what has to happen now, is Cuck Solo has to fight Shariri Williams, and I kid you not, the only way for him to lose is to get kicked in the fucking dick. Enough dick kicking, let's get back to Sacha Baron Mephisto.
Sometimes that means I deal with the selfish or the stingy. People who think they're brute force.
Dude, what are you doing in this show, man? I mean, honestly, I guess that divorce from your ex-wife had something to do with it.
Like Michael Jackson beat it. Man, you better get so Can you?
Mephisto is the granddaddy of some of the villains that you could ever bring up. Why on God's green earth did you think it was smart to bring in Mephisto into this worst MCU show that was ever made? Can someone explain this to me? Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are about this. And honestly, the way this season ends and the way the series ends is never going to come back again. She makes a deal with Mephisto and to bring back her best friend. And that's it. Boom. It's over. Easy peasy Japanesey. I think this is just proof now for all of us that the devil truly is in the details. And for me, Mephisto was the best part of this show. And honestly, he's the hero of this show. Because now he has shown us that Shariri Williams was the true villain all along. Apparently, they thought there was going to be a second season to this show, which is why there was actually a post-credit scene, but that is not ever going to happen. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video, share this video, and as always, until we meet again.